Hi everyone, let's look at my preferred and alternative lower and micro time frame scenarios and potential trading setups, starting with my preferred low time frame scenario, where this is a wave A looking for a wave B to the upside before then a impulsive structure to the downside in a wave C. This wave A was a nice three-wave structure ending in the target area for wave Y for then the potential long setup that we had. Stop loss was below these lows, trading it for the target area wave B. However, by now stop loss should be break even and maybe even a take profit one is hit. Then looking at this wave B over here, now wave B needs to be a three-wave structure, looking at this to be a WXY. This Y or maybe wave X ended over here, who knows, but at least it's taking a little bit of time, and I would like to see a bit of a bigger move to the upside, let's say, to go to the target area for wave Y. The target area for wave B, however, is in between the 1.236 and the 1.38, which is between 29.6k and about 30k. Also some nice confluence at the 30k area, the weekly naked point of control, the weekly, of course. It's a psychological level, which is interesting as well. The Y target is actually just below, but of course price can wick into the B area, close in the Y target, and then eventually move to the downside as well. This is definitely something to look for. However, we have been ranging for a while, so I am quite curious what is going to happen throughout the weekend if we continue ranging, or that would be quite interesting during the weekend, we get a move to the upside, because we do have a triple top over here and there is liquidity resting above these highs, and these highs are basically a magnet for price. So yeah, in this scenario we are looking to the upside. The potential short setup here is to ladder these shorts in and around the wave B target area. Stop loss above the 1.618, which is a rare target for expanded flat wave B. So stop loss here and then eventually moving it to the downside. Of course, guys, it's YouTube. It's no financial advice. It's educational. My alternative and more bearish scenario is that this is a WXYXZ. Now in this scenario, wave Y should hit the 1-to-1, which it has done very nicely indeed. And then the most common target area for wave Z are these fibs over here, taken with the trend-based fib extension from the high of 5 to the low of W to the high, of this wave X over here. And this is basically between 27.3k and 26.9k, also in confluence with this target box that I have over here. So that is actually very nice. We just missed out on hitting this target box with wave Y, usually not necessarily something I like, but this is still an alternative scenario. The potential long setup though is entering the longs in this area. Stop loss below these lows, as I think if we go below these lows, we go to about 24,850, and then looking for a move to the upside, where again the 30k area is about the target for this trade. If we then go to the lower time frames, the micro time frames, and we look at the more bullish scenario, which is at the moment still my preferred one, we have this W over here in a zigzag reaching the target area for then a potential short setup because of CVD divergences we had over here as well. Target has already been reached, as that was this target box over here for then the potential of wave X. This is a three-wave structure, another three and another three, making me having the end of wave X over here also nicely on top of the target box with a daily range value area low, some other confluences there as well. We have been ranging here for a very long time, but as you can see, the target box has been holding and hasn't been broken for all this time. If we even zoom in just a little bit, you can see we have a three-wave structure over here after we actually took this low and took this low, which is something we wanted, right? When I made the video and price was ranging over here, I said I would really like price to take this double bottom and then move to the upside. Well, it took the double bottom over here. So this is also the low that I don't want to see broken. I think if price is gonna take the low of this wave X over here, we are gonna go to the low of this wave Y, because this is Y, right? We're looking for the upside. So in this scenario, we then have this three-wave structure to the upside, and then this looks like a three-wave structure to the downside, and then now looking for at least a little bit of upside. Of course, we already went a little bit to the upside, but it would be nice to break at least this high over here at about 28.2k as an interesting target. And then we got to see how price reacts, right? It might just fly to the upside as well. Even though it's weekend, you never know. Sometimes the weekend can also be very, very volatile. Now with the long setup that we had, we actually laddered the shorts or the longs inside this area using Elliott Waves, of course, on the Bitcoin chart, educational. Stop loss was below this low over here, trading it to the upside. That's the target, because the Elliott Wave target is still the wave B target on the Bitcoin chart. And then because we have been ranging here for a long time, I said, hey, I think it is important And I think it is a good idea to move the stop loss to this low of wave X. So if this is, for example, a 1% risk, it now is only a 0.1 or a 0.2% risk, but the trade gain is still the same. But just in case this low gets broken and we might go to this one, this is a much safer stop loss at the moment. And as you can see, it hasn't been reached. We have been ranging here for a while, but then it's all about having the discipline and the patience, of course, to let things play out and see what happens, because simply said, we don't know what happens. Now, it is important to know that I don't necessarily trade Elliott Waves. I think that is good to know. Use Elliott Waves for buyers, but I have also a separate personal developed trading strategy over the years that I also use for entries, exit, targets, and all that stuff. Of course, all of this is educational based on Elliott Waves. How can you trade Elliott Waves? You can trade Elliott Waves like I'm showing in all of my videos. That is what the goal of, also is of showing these scenarios. It's how can you use Elliott Waves to trade? Because many people always say, hey, Koen, Elliott Waves, it is actually quite like subjective, like, you know, how can you even trade Elliott Waves? Well, you can trade Elliott Waves like I'm showing in all my videos with very clear, having a clear picture of the scenarios. So if we then go to the bearish scenario on the micro time frame, we have this as a 3-wave A, looking for a 3-wave B before a C. But as you can see, this wave B is gigantic at the moment. It's very, very big in time. Also compared to this wave A, it's very long, right? Very long wave B. Doesn't mean it is per se invalidated, but usually wave A and B at least have a little bit of a time relationship. And now this wave B is starting to become very, very long. So yeah, definitely a less likely, but still on here, right? Still alternative scenario, where in this scenario the longs are leaded around this target box that we didn't reach with wave Y. Stop loss below over here, targeting the upside. And as you can see with the other scenario, wave X ended in between the 1 and the 1.618 fib time, taken from the low to the high of W. So that is actually a nice target for wave X as well. Now, this will be the only update today, as I will run a 21-kilometer obstacle run today, so wish me luck in the comments, and I hope this video was helpful or valuable to you. I'd like to thank you for watching and subscribing, and I will see you at the next one. Bye-bye.